President Trump. Here to react is former White House physician and Texas Congressman Dr. Ronny Jackson. Congressman, thanks for joining us. So obviously that's untrue, what was being said. But what is the impact of putting that message out there? And why do you think media put that message out there that Dr. Fauci had to then come back and say, actually, that's not quite accurate?
Well, you're absolutely right. It's completely untrue. And, they need us to believe that. And I think the media is helping them do this. This is phase two of taking advantage of a crisis. Phase one was to spin this crisis up, make it as political as possible, make sure that President Trump did not get reelected, did not get another 4 years. And now phase two of taking advantage of a crisis is to drag this out long enough that President Biden can take credit for bringing this to an end, when the reality is that President Trump has worked extremely hard to make this, to put us in the position that we're in right now, which is a great position. And to say that there's no plan in place, there's no continuity, that's ridiculous. I mean, Dr. Fauci's still there. What is he doing? He's been a part of this from the very beginning. And, President Trump saved millions and millions of lives with the plan that he put in place, despite what Dr. Fauci's now saying, which I think is, is just, it really disgusts me, the fact that he's going out and he's throwing the president under the bus on this now. But the president was the one that took the initiative to get warp speed in place and to spend lots and lots of money to make sure that we got a vaccine developed in 11 months instead of 11 years. That would have never, ever happened in a Biden administration, I promise you. So the president has done a great job on putting us on the right track for this. It is President Trump's program. President Trump will be the one that got us out of this, not President Biden.
Congressman, there have been a lot of questions about what President Biden will actually do differently when it comes to, combating the virus, strategy, protocol. Biden is signing an executive order requiring travelers to wear face masks. But last I checked, aren't people doing that anyway? When you get involved in interstate travel, if you're on a train, if you're on a plane, you often have to wear a face mask. So how is this different or new?
Well, it's not new, and we know that they did get a plan turned over to him, because the Biden plan is basically the Trump plan with Biden's name on it. Everything that he's putting out there, President Trump has already done. We've been wearing masks, and if the mask mandate is such a big deal, I want to know why he's not wearing a mask during inauguration. I want to know why Jen Psaki doesn't wear a mask when she's briefing the press, standing right there in front of the press pool. I mean, they're very hypocritical in the way they approach things. But the plan that he's putting out is no different than the plan that President Trump has had in place for some time now, and it's working. And we're going to get out of this, and we're going to get past this. We're going to get people back to work and back to school, and that's going to be because of the actions of President Trump, not because of the actions of President Biden, despite the fact that he's going to try to take credit for it.
Yeah, one thing I think people are waiting for answers on, particularly business owners, is when the country can open up, as it's shown that a lot of these lockdowns that have been instituted haven't really been beneficial in preventing spread. So that's one question that Joe Biden will have to answer, and hopefully soon. Thank you for joining us today, Congressman.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys having me.